In our video series on my top 10 organizational behaviors that undermine performance, today let's talk about number 3, defensive cultures. Nothing kills a healthy organization faster than a culture where mistakes trigger blame games instead of improvement efforts. When people spend more energy protecting themselves than solving problems, they create a defensive environment that guarantees mediocre results and stifles innovation. Defensive behavior manifests in predictable ways, finger pointing where things go wrong, and an adult version of, "that's not my fault," reflex. Past failures become weapons used against new ideas. "We tried something like that before and it didn't work," or "remember what happened last time we took a risk." These behaviors are not character flaws, they are human responses to environments that use yesterday's failures to justify today's inaction. The NASA Challenger disaster exemplifies this perfectly. Engineers initially recommended against launch during a pre-flight teleconference. However, management, under pressure, overruled their own engineers and reversed the no-launch recommendation. The problem wasn't that critical information was hidden, but that organizational dynamics and pressures created an environment where clear technical warnings were ultimately dismissed. 7 lives were lost because the decision-making process prioritized schedule and relationships over engineering judgment. Research by Harvard Business School shows that organizations with blame-oriented cultures experience 50% higher turnover in critical roles and significantly lower innovation rates. People became more concerned with appearing right rather than being effective. The antidote requires leadership courage, publicly owning failures, asking, "what can we learn?" before "who's responsible?" and celebrating people who surface problems early. Amazon's disagree and commit principle works because they've created safety around respectful disagreement. Transform your culture by making truth-telling safer than truth-hiding.
Thank you for joining us today on the Consultant's Corner. Our mission is to equip HR professionals with the assessments and resources you need to drive meaningful change in organizations. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe to the Consultant's Corner here on YouTube. Thanks for being part of our community.